Hello guys, what's up? This is Shark talking. Welcome back to my channel. So today video is about this new event about Victory Freya. Yeah, we had a warning about this event being released, and this Freya is a very strong character that I can't deny. Why did they give this word to our so incredible character named Freya? One that is just uses energy blasts. I know that on Valkyrie profile too, she started to kick and give some punches. I understand that. But I also like the Valkyrie profile 2 version of Freya. But now she just uses this word. Well, do you like? It's very animated, very well animated, but I don't really like that. And well, we are now on the event that she gets released, and she has a very interesting story to boot. But well, we'll talk about the event, we'll talk about the weapon, we'll talk about the character banner, but let's start by the character. It's more important to talk about this character because I know that a lot of people still like Freya. This is still Freya. This is Freya with this word in her hand, but it's still Freya. Well, we have her banner now, and her banner is a little interesting because it still has a second generation character. We have Celestial Armor Wildthread alongside her, just to reduce the chances of getting her. Yeah, that's the only truth here. Also, we understand that the game has to make changes to the summon mechanic so we can get old characters, but not by reducing the chances of getting the character that you want to get. And you can see here, Harvest Goddess Hat is the artifact for Freya, and it will get up to 1.2% chances on your step 3 onward. That means that you probably want to get one artifact before you reach 10 steps. That's the average hit for you to get. So 48k gems to get this character Orbit, and this is why it's a little sad to say this, because you can also get Alfred. Wildthread is not so bad, I understand that, but I think you're only wanting to get Freya here. Got it? It's not a good chance at all. We had a past banner like the new version of the Syria Queen, and you could just get her. But this also happens on another banners like this Yuki banner. Let's just check it out. Yuki banner, we have to check drop rate. She lost the chances of getting 2% chances because she has a lot of weapons, and you can see it here on the end of the banner. Here, she has the same chances of getting the character just like Freya. Well, this happens sometimes, and just like I said, there are times when you have 2% chances of getting a good character, and also happened with Black Valkyrie where you didn't have the chance to get on a 2% chance because the Trio Queen, the original one, and a Halloween Material are here on her banner to reduce your chance of getting a good character. So this is at least better to get Celestial Wildthread than the original Ethereal Queen. Maybe not every time, but most of the time. And Halloween Ethereal. But, well, Celestial Wildthread is not a character that I will be talking too much because we already talked about him when he was released. He's not a bad character at all. He has second generation status that when they were just 2000 attack. But the important thing are not always the status, simply how the passives work. And back on these days, he was a character that was released very close to the end of the second generation, so he's still very strong. I still use him sometimes, and he also has this Celestial Keepsake that he will increase all the status of everyone and also the holy damage dealt. So he is very strong to be used on holy squads. He can be one of the 4 characters that you use. Maybe you're using Awakened Lanets, maybe you're using Snow Lanets, maybe you're using Celestial Wildthread. You can also use this new version of Freya. And you also have a very strong caster for action skill because he also gets more strong damage with holy action skills, and also more attack and damage dealt by holy attacks. Holy attacks means also action skill damage. But his limited skill increases more holy damage for all by 1 turn. So he is very, but he also consumes 1.5 hours. He's very supportive. He increases damage of the whole group, so he is good to have on all these squads. But he's not the character that you want here. I know that you don't want Warfare. You want Victory Goddess Freya. Freya with his word. And let's just talk about this character. You see that she has the highest attack we got so far before we talk about characters that are steroid version of our other characters. the highest one we have. And we have another information here. She is a sword user of the Holy element. You see that she's also a god, so she can be used on the main slot. That means that she's more diversified. And her attacks are pretty nice. I don't know if you probably saw it by the Facebook, and you can also test her on the first stage. And her attacks are pretty nice. There's a quite long wait between one of her attacks, just like all versions of Freya. But she has 2 attacks that launches the enemy. The 4th one also launches the enemy, and then if you have 6 attacks, she will have 4 attacks that launches the enemy, and 2 attacks that are on the Holy element. So only 2 are from the Holy element. You really need to get this word with the Holy element to get the best out of her. So now we talk about her status, and she greatly increases attack and Holy damage. You have to focus on getting these on level 5. Very important to have. Then she have the second one is greatly increased soul status and increased resistance against status elements. Status elements is becoming very standard to face special bosses because they are always inflicting something. This one that we got, the last tower, inflicts stone, and stone is one of the worst things that you can get on a boss fight. And then we have this third that increases the critical hit only for herself and critical damage, and also increase the attack count on certain turns for +1. It's only for her. It's strange because the older version of Freya, the Christmas one, increased for everyone, but this time is only for her. It also increased the critical hit and damage. And limiter, his skill will use 1 level of purification gouge to increase user damage dealt, only herself. So it's interesting because she's not focusing on anything, so you can increase the damage for everything on that turn that you want to unleash. Either fire your action skill or you purify attack on the same time, or both at the same time. It works pretty well, and she also has Holy Blessing. That is not exactly the best enchant skill to have. I would prefer to just change for Holy Burst, so she becomes even stronger. So now we talk about the Orb. The Orb is just a simple orb that increases attack and more Holy damage. She is the strongest Holy damage dealer on the game so far. She beats very easily or Awakened Lineage. She's very on par with Belinus, but Belinus is a great sword user if I don't remember correctly, or he's a WoW sword user. Because they sometimes change the weapon type of some characters. I don't remember all that well. But they can be used together if you don't have all the many Holy characters. But, well, we kind of got a lot of Holy characters in the recent times. So she is very hard to get a spot on your squad if you had too many Holy characters. I have 2 Awakening Lineage, so I don't have all that space because I also use the Snow Lineage and this guy here. So, well, I'm still waiting for another version of Freya that can just unleash energy waves. I want an energy wave Freya instead of one using Spurt. Well, that's just me. Well, you may just want this version, and you can summon because it's one of the strongest characters that we have in the game. I think it's one of the highest damage dealers. She's very similar to Belinus. It's one of the highest ones. Well, I will just get out of the screen because we have to talk about the event. I also want to talk about some banners. I was skipping some banners. I'm sorry because, well, there was just too many banners and a lot of things going on with my life that I didn't have the time to make. There's no other banner that it's important to say. There's only character banners that we talked about in the floor. Let's just click on her event. Well, this event is a 2-part event, and we will have 18 days to clear on the time of this recording. And when we click here on Exchange Booth, we will see what else can we do and what else items can we get. So there is this time where some items have discount, but no, this time we don't have. This event is still based on the old design where some items cost way too much for you to get it. So you get 150 for Valor Seals, the same for Key of Guidance. Sometimes this costs only 200, but this time it's still 900. Hydra's Branch still costing the same, it's good to get. Also get this Valor Seal, it's sad to get, but well, there's no way for you to keep farming these unless you have an emulator. And Silver Bangle, it's okay. This weapon here is passable, it's not a different type of damage, it's just the same very have old thing that we had in the past. We can also get the gold and the silver scroll, but I don't recommend you guys doing that because it still costs 700 of the currency unless you don't have anything else to do. Well, we also have the orb and awakening ember. Aimless hero memory is also important, just like all the times I did this with you guys. So this is the event, I just finished it and I got only 1000.5k. And still have a lot of farm. I think that it always costs me like 12,000 only to get the best, but I still have some other things to get, like, well, we don't have the free skill stuff on the second part. We don't have any special bosses here, but well, be careful with this event because you can see that there's challenge 3. This is the best place to farm because it's the same cost all this compared to the challenge 2, but these bosses of the challenge 3 can be very, very hard, especially because they are very strong to other element types, and you have to face them with the correct setup. You may also just try to face the aquatic because he's weak to both holy and ice and just focus on him. But if you want to have diversity to clear these ones here, maybe you have to make a different squad for each one of them because they are pretty hard. Now I forgot to say something about the weapons that we can summon of the banner of Freya. Sorry, we'll get back there now. We have only one new weapon, it's called Dianite, and let's just click on Divine Weapon Traits to check more stuff about it. There's information about Freya here, it's the same stuff as always, and then we have the Intense, is the name of this word, and it's just the same standard status for all of the recent weapons. It deals colossal physical damage, it's very nice, and also has a chance of petrifying. It's not like we can petrify any of the super bosses in the game where this will matter, so it's just for, well, or it's here, it doesn't matter. And then we have the passive is called Saint Aura that increases the normal attack damage of holy attacks by 10%. This is not the best option for you to get to LA, but it's a very strong weapon, especially because it's colossal. If you didn't get any of the best weapons that were colossal that were released on Anti-Ascension banner, this one is the best one that you can get, but simply not the best to get to LA. You can stop on Actions 5 and let it be like that. Okay, so there's this only information here about the orb. Well, the orb is just what we talked about before, and the chances of getting new artifact drop rate says 1.5%. It's strange because it starts on 0.6. So, well, I don't know. I don't really understand. New artifacts drop rate starts on 0.6 and gets up to 0.5. Maybe I was just mistaken on this, but they never did this before, because this will account for more than 2% chances on total to get a new artifact. It says new artifact, but Wildfred is old. Wildfred is old, and he's, let's click here on drop rates. His artifact has to also get double chances. That will mean, let me search here, Holy Shield 0.4, it will mean 0.8, with 1.5 means 2.3% chances of getting an artifact. Doesn't make much sense because they never went too high, but maybe they are being generous with us guys. I really hope this is true. So this is all information here, and if you want to farm this event, try to farm on Challenge 3 if you have the power, but if you don't, just farm the 2. Challenge 2 is okay for you to farm, but it's less rewardable than Challenge 3. But well, it's always depending on your strength in the game. Well, this is it guys, this is the update about this new Freya. Is she worth? Yeah, she is worth. But she's this Freya with his word. Do you like his words with a Freya goddess that likes to use a lot of energy waves, that incredible attacks, that incredible Aether Strike, and she was just replaced with a different version that uses words? Well, it's upon you. Do you want to summon it? Well, I won't judge you. But that's it guys, sorry for trying to be funny, I know a lot of people just like me being serious. But well, this is it, thanks for watching, please subscribe if you haven't. You can also help this channel by either using Patreon or the PayPal button, so we can keep doing more videos. This is it, we see each other on the next video. Bye!